Russell Martin has just been sacked by Rangers. In today's video, I'm going to cover why he got sacked, what's his recent form, why he even got the Rangers job, and who can replace him. Now before I start, could you like, comment, share, subscribe, and any Rangers fan, let me know what do you think of Russell Martin and my video. So let's start off with why he even got the job. Well, we'll take it back 2 seasons before he got the job. 2 seasons before he got the job, Russell Martin, he got Southampton promoted through the playoffs. And it was a pretty okay team. But then the season after was absolutely disastrous. They finished the Premier League season with an awful points tally, with about 10 to 12 points. It was so close to matching Derby's Premier League record of 8 points. And just an awful campaign for Southampton. And for some reason, Rangers, the board thought, okay, let's go hire him. He got 10 points in the Premier League. That probably equates to 50 points in the Scottish Premiership. Maybe that was their thinking. But anyways, he went and he got the job. And also, I'm not a Rangers fan, so, if I get anything wrong, don't get angry at me. But yeah, anyways. And Rangers, he took him over and they were in the Champions League qualifiers to try and get into the Champions League. And they met Club Brugge. And Club Brugge absolutely destroyed them. I mean, it ended aggregate 9-1. That's how bad it got. They lost 3-1 at home. And they lost 6-0 away from home. I mean, I know you're a Scottish team. And you're probably not going to get into the Champions League. But losing 6-0 to a Belgian team, that's absolutely disastrous. And then they went to the Europa League, where they lost to Genk. They did have a red card, to be fair, and also to Sturm Graz, which is really bad, an Austrian team. I mean, he shouldn't really be losing to them, and I don't know how he lost to them. And currently, right now, they sit at 8th place, and they just drew to Falkirk 8-8. No, so 1-1, and they're in 8th place in the league. And Russell Martin, which this seemed way too far from my POV, way too over the top by Rangers fans, is that they literally had to get a police escort to get Russell Martin home. The fans, they blocked the team bus, and they're probably gonna go do something to Martin in it. So what happened was they got the police, and they basically had a police escort, and that's how he got home. And that's how bad it got. And I get you're a passionate fan, but you're taking it way too far to get people's lives in danger. That's really bad. I know you want to say something, but that's taken way too far in my opinion. And at least you got your wish, he's got sacked. And I'm sure Rangers fans are having a party, And I just want to say, did he do a bad job? Yes, definitely. I'm not saying he did a good job. He could have definitely done better. But he didn't do that bad, but I still think he definitely deserved the sack. He should have been sacked ages ago. I keep seeing on YouTube some guy called Chris Boyd. He absolutely hates the Rangers manager, Russell Martin. And I guess he's a passionate, fan for Rangers, probably was the next player. And he absolutely is hating on him. And I totally understand him. But the main question for me is, why was he even appointed in the first place? I mean, yeah, he did great at Southampton, but if he had won the league and the championship, I would have understood. They're about the same level, championship, Scottish Premiership, and if he had won the league, if you had got Enzo Maresca, he won the league with Leicester in the championship, it would have made sense. He didn't even win the league. He got promoted through the playoffs, and then he struggled in the Premier League. And obviously Southampton, they probably were going to get relegated, but to have 10 or 12 points is absolutely abysmal. And even the promoted teams, this season, they've done much better than Southampton. I think Sunderland are already close to beating Southampton's total tally, points-wise. And yeah. Now let's talk about who should be the next Rangers manager. And I feel like there's a favourite already, and that's Steven Gerrard, the fans' favourite. I think the board favourite is probably one of Sean Dyche and Steven Gerrard. Me personally, I would love to have Sean Dyche as Rangers manager, because imagine the level of football he would play and the potential the Rangers has to go and push on. Imagine Sean Dyche in the Champions League, and you might say, okay, he's not at the level of Champions League. I mean, he got Burnley. Remember Burnley into the Europa League, I think. It was Europa League at the time. And imagine what he could do with the funds, with the everything that Rangers has. I mean, I would love to see Sean Dyche team. I don't think he's gonna play, as what people say nowadays, Horambol. I think, or like Kofi up forward, and that's how you play him. I think he'll actually play more better. And the reason I say that is because at Burnley, he had players which won better than the rest of the league. At Rangers, you're at least in the top 2-3 squads in the league, so you could play better football. And I want to see what he does there. And I'm really excited to see who this hire. As for Gerrard, I mean, you're going back to Gerrard, and he was great. He did do really bad at Aston Villa, but I still think, yes, he did win the league for you guys, but can he do it again? I don't think so, to be honest. Obviously, it'd take a few years in it, but he could maybe win, but I don't know. I'd rather go for Sean Dyche. He's more experienced in the Premier League as well, at a higher level. The Premier League's higher level, and I feel like that's what Rangers need. Now, let me know what you think. If you like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm a Rangers fan. Are you happy with Russell Martin leaving? And also, who would you hire as the next Rangers manager? Let me know. Thank you for watching, everyone.